How much better are steam engines? In the Create mod, we have 4 real different ways of getting stress units. The first 2 are both water wheels, one large, the other one normal sized. We have a windmill where you can actually configure the size of it up to a max size, of course. And then a steam engine. Again, you can configure it. This one is a level 9. 14 is the max size, but this is kind of the standard one. It is the biggest size that you can get with just standard blaze burners, and it produces an incredible amount, 147,000 stress units in a relatively compact area, and you can make this even smaller if you're not automatically generating lava for it. So how much better is a steam engine than the rest of these stress unit options, and is it actually worth making a steam engine? I want to see how many of each of the following stress unit generation tools we need to get 147,000 stress units from them. So I guess let's start with the only other configurable one, a windmill. If we throw on a stressometer to the end of this, we can see that this little windmill is generating 512 stress units. And this max size windmill here produces 8,192 stress units. Quite impressive, but still so far away from 147,000. So how many of these max size windmills do we need to get to 147,000? If we multiply the number of windmills by 4, we're at 32,000, which is still 115,000 away from the steam engine and is taking up way more space. And by multiplying this by 4 again, so now we have 16 windmills, I think that's the number, we're still over 10,000 stress units less than the steam engine over there. So let's get in the final 1 max windmill and then 1 more kind of stupid less max windmill to get up to the 147,000 stress units that we need. The last 2 windmills are in, and this is how many max size windmills. This is the most efficient use of windmillness that you can have to match up with this small thing here. Just for a size comparison, you need so many windmills to match this. That is insane. While windmills might be the most amount of stress units you can get per windmill bearing, they're definitely not the most amount of stress units for the size that they take up. It used to be the case in pre 0.5.1 that water wheels with all of 4 sides flowing with water will produce 320 stress units, but as you can see, it is now the max of 256. And this is the case even if there are only 3 sides covering it, or just 2 sides, or probably even just 1. I suppose we can test that real quick. Yep, even with just 1 side, it still works pretty much the same. If we grab 25 water wheels here, we will get a maximum of 6,400 stress units. And considering it is pretty close to a max size windmill at 8,100, this is kind of way easier to do. I think it is more expensive with water wheels costing 8 planks and a shaft to build compared to kind of just the wool and the 1 mechanical bearing, but it does take up a little bit less space. And if we now double the water wheels to 50 total, we get, obviously, double the amount of stress units at 12,800. Again, a pretty compact space compared to a singular windmill, and it uses almost 4,000 more stress units, a little bit more than that, which is not too bad. Compactness and coolness really plays a big part in this, and I feel like this fits both of those criteria pretty well. And then if you double that 1 more time, and then you double all of that 1 more time, and then double the whole thing again, we'll be at 100,000 stress units. And if you can't tell, I am at 15 FPS staring at this. And we're still 40,000 away. We need to add 1 more set of 200 water wheels to catch up to 1 steam engine producing basically no lag at all in a much smaller space for honestly infinitely cheaper. With another set of 200 water wheels over at the end, we have finally crossed over the 147,000 stress unit threshold. The only issue is, if you can't tell, we are running at a steady 10 FPS, and it might be impossible to watch. It's harder to play, so please never do this. Genuinely, unless you hate your computer and your brain, don't do this. And now that that's removed, my eyes can finally rest. We still have the large water wheels to go through. Who knows? Maybe water wheels, horrible idea. Don't do these. Maybe these are better. They're double the size, double the stress units. Maybe they're going to be better. As we expected, math-wise, this all checks out. With 25, again, large water wheels, we are getting 12,800 stress units. So far, my game not lagging at all, which is great news. We love to see that. And if we multiply that one row by 4 more, we get 100 water wheels and 50,000 stress units. Still not lagging. Too bad, we're at 30 FPS. And my guess is if we double this, we're going to get into bad, sad town. And now if we double that and then add another of an identical module, so tripling the already ludicrous setup we have, we'll be at 153,000 stress units, which is more than the Steam engine. Good work. But also you get 12 FPS just the whole time. So it's not better than the normal water wheels. And it takes up so much space. Just an unreasonable amount of space. I mean, this is equally unreasonable, but at least you're still at 30 maybe FPS? 12? Well, we obviously knew that Steam engines are infinitely better than everything else, but we haven't tried to combine a bunch of Steam engines. I want to see if we can combine like 10 or 15 of these, and if they'd actually just start lagging out my whole game, or if we can generate like, what, 40 million stress units pretty easily. I want to see how far we can take these Steam engines until my entire game freezes. And with 20 Steam engines all lined up in a row, not like crazy amounts of lag. You can feel some stuttering, but we're sitting at 50 FPS still, which is somehow so much better than those stupid water wheels. We are generating 2.6 million stress units. That is insane. I don't even know what you would do with this. You could theoretically make 100 of my XP farms that require 22,000. Is that math? Yeah, which is just an astronomical number. You could be able to get, if your computer could handle it, that's numero uno. You could get 7E7, which I think is 70 million XP per hour with these many Steam engines. But what if we multiply this by 10? Well, I didn't exactly 10x it, but I did, how many is this? 6x it. We have 6 by 20 or 120 Steam engines running here, and we are back down to that 10 to 12 FPS mark that we were at before with the water wheels. But instead of just generating 150,000 stress units, hold on, let's make the display bigger because it doesn't all fit on it. We are generating 17,072,144 stress units. And it's still almost playable. Okay, maybe not super playable. This is like the AI Minecraft. I don't know if y'all have seen there's like AI Minecraft. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to play that, because I kind of find it interesting. But this is what that kind of looks like. Maybe a little bit less laggy. But this is 120 stress units generating 17 million SU. And oh my goodness, my computer is going to explode. I can't even double jump to fly anymore because it just thinks that I'm jumping. Oh, that time it worked. But oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever had to use 3 display boards to get all of the SU on here. And now that we've done those amazing tests, let's go over the results. The results are build a Steam engine. That's the results. Everything else is stupid. This is the most reasonable one. This is the only one that'll actually work because everything else will crash your game basically. And this is stupid. So don't do this. But you should definitely build a Steam engine. They are crazy useful for anything late game. I have built 2 in my survival series, and that has been used for literally every single contraption that I've ever built. And you probably only need 1, honestly. I just built the second one because I've started using just a boatload of stress units. 150,000 is a crazy amount, and one that works forever with an automatic lava system built in, and everything here is so easy to make. Comparatively, the amount of time it took for me to copy these in creative, it would take less time for me to get all the resources for this. So really just build a Steam engine. It is a great use of stress units, a great use of lag friendliness, and is way more space efficient than any number of windmills, water wheels, or large water wheels. And that's all. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked this kind of different video of just us goofing around, and nobody's ever going to build that many water wheels or anything because they can't physically. Your game will crash if you place that many. But thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you want to check out the Steam engine, it is on my channel. It's in the tutorials playlist, and if you just look it up, it'll be there. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace.